This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
What about our Quasar podcast?
Wendell Vaughn, first Earthman ever appointed protector of the universe. Bonded to the energy-transforming quantum bands that are weapons and symbols of his station, he fights an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar.
Hello! Welcome to the Quantum Zone 2019. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, we're recording this a little early, but on the podcast, it's the first week of January, and you know what January means, right, Will?
January into mystery!
That's right. I am Phil. That was Will. And double fisting some Quasar is,
This is Matt. Matt, this is the double fister of Quasar. I have the trade in the book. I'm ready to roll.
I was gonna say I got the single issue. I think Will has the trade. Matt's got both.
That's right. He's super prepared.
Check. I'll settle any argument that you two have.
Oh, we can start out with the first argument.
Okay.
Best cover from the 4 issues of Journey into Mystery.
Part 4.
Part 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Part 4. Yeah, you're so hard to argue with, man.
I was gonna say that was quite the argument.
Yeah, I don't even have to settle it. It's not deadlock. So.
Well, what do you think?
I abstain because I don't have the 4 in front of me. Yeah, I abstain.
How dare you!
I have the trade. I could look. Yeah. I could look ahead.
It's the Steve Lytle cover.
Yeah.
It's nice. Really nice.
Nice and big. I mean, the only other, parts 1 and 3, Quasar's kind of like small on the cover, and then the McFarlane.
We've already talked about
it. It's just like he has like the Venom grin, and it's like, why?
Yeah, because he's flying through space.
I know, he's excited, but it's just weird. We're used to Quasar being all mopey and depressed.
That's right, because we're definitely in that zone.
Yeah, part 4 for sure.
But yeah, no, we were talking. All right, here's some random nonsense, but like as we were just talking, I dropped everybody on the team a little Christmas gift in their email. You know what? You know what? The Mar-Vell Unlimited. There's like no way to gift that.
Oh.
at least look from my homework from last year or two. So I think Comixology was giving me crap too. So I was just like, Amazon gift cards for everyone.
Well, thanks.
I was gonna go the comics route, but no wonder comics is dying. I mean,
got to make them easy to purchase.
It's hard to gift them. I mean, it would have been easier to drive to the store, buy everyone like single issues, and nail them out to you. I swear. Anyway,
but thank you for the gift. I will use those just on comics as a tribute to
me too.
Nice.
The cause.
Some punishers.
Yeah, you know what? I usually do it on hard to fill in gaps that I have in old back issues. Like, all right, this one must have been a first appearance. I'll just buy it for $1.99.
I was gonna say, check our list. See if there's anything you can't. See if there's anything you don't have. Be like, hey, all right, Amazon, help me out.
Well, and the great thing about this arc is that we get Squadron Supreme, we get Project Pegasus, we get Doctor Strange, we get the Stranger, Overmind, and more obscure Marvel characters than you can shake a stick at. So it's awesome.
I was wondering eventually, I mean, we could even do it after we run out of Quasar stuff, or we could do it in between somewhere if we should like cover the squadrons that Grunwald's Squadron Supreme work, even if we just took that first like mini-series and covered it for one episode, all the issues.
All the issues.
Mm-hmm. It's because I was almost thinking about doing that too for if we wanted to do Starbrand just as like one episode for everything.
Mm-hmm. Just as background
that'd be cool.
info. Mm-hmm.
Maybe when we get closer to when he gets the Starbrand, maybe.
Yeah. Sometime in 2020.
It's coming up.
It's coming up. It'll be right here. It'll be here sooner than we think.
I don't know. All right. So should we jump into the issue?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I don't want to prolong it anymore, but I do have a random nonsense question for the two of you. So we have looked at the list. We have the issues that we are going to be talking about for the next 2 years or so. Yeah. And what is the next issue that you guys each have that you don't own it yet? What book do you have to be like, oh, I have to go get this before we do that? You know,
I think I've got them all either in trade or the individual issues. Looking through it,
I would have to look, but I think for me, I think I have everything up to those. Like I don't have like the Namor issues and
that's
that
right.
Secret Defenders of Star Blast. But
yeah, that's right. I may not have some of those either. So that would be close to the end. You know, the 50s, almost to the final issue, because that's when Star Blast ran. Right?
Yeah,
like in Quasar. Yeah, that fit in the 50s in there. Yeah, like mid
to late 50s. Yeah.
Yeah, because like 2 weeks ago I went to a convention and I bought a few. I bought like 4 or 5 issues of Namor, but they were all like early. And I was like, no, they didn't have like any later issues.
Oh, those were those the John Byrne ones? Because those are actually pretty good. I enjoyed reading those when they came out at the time.
Yeah, Namor actually seemed cool. He didn't seem like that much of a jerk.
Yeah,
watch my language, jerk.
Yes, I would agree with that assessment.
Cool. Yeah, so he got to wear cool business suits and stuff too. Right?
He does. Yes, he looks very, very dapper and slick.
Yes.
I remember there was an issue of the Hulk where like Namor was telling like Banner. This was like after the Hulk in Las Vegas thing. He's like, yeah, you should tell the Hulk, yeah, he should like keep a low profile and like do what I'm doing, you know, wear suits and have like this whole thing going. And Banner was like, oh yeah, I'll tell him that. And, you know, he was just in Vegas for like a year. All right. So, any other business, or should we get to this issue?
We can get into it.
Or should we torture Will some more?
I've been waiting all year.
Yeah, this is an awesome issue.
He's been waiting for this since I think we began the podcast. All right. This is it. Quasar number 13.
With a beautiful cover by Jim Lee.
From August 1990. The Earth You Have Reached. Wonder who that could be.
Journey into Mystery, Part 1.
That's right. Mark Grunwald, of course. Mike Manley pencils. Dan Panasian inks. Janice Chiang letters. Paul Beckton colors. Howard Mackey edits. And Tom DeFalco chief. All right, so we open up on what is a tiny moon orbiting Saturn. As Quasar is like thinking to him, you know, being down on himself in word bubbles for like the next 3 pages.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, he's standing there in front of Captain Mar-Vell's grave, thinking, I don't know if I believe in an afterlife. I don't know what I believe in anymore. I'm so screwed up. So what am I doing at a gravesite then? If all I wanted to do was escape from all my responsibilities and inadequacies and failures for a while, there are an infinite number of places devoid of life in the universe. But no, this is where I had to come. A tiny moon orbiting Saturn. Because this is the final resting place of my predecessor, the previous so-called protector of the universe, Captain Mar-Vell. I regret I never met him. I saw him once at an informal gathering, but at the time I had no inkling he was anything more than a superhero rumored to be an alien. There's no footnote, but wasn't that in Defenders?
That was the Defenders for a Day arc, I think. Defenders 62, 63, and 64, maybe?
Yeah, because I don't think I haven't read that. So, but yeah, I thought I heard.
They're pretty goofy.
I've read some Defenders, but not the ones with Quasar. Man, would my life be a lot easier if you hadn't gotten cancer, Mar-Vell. Yeah, in the afterlife, Mar-Vell's like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone I've talked to who knew you sings your praises. Talk about a tough act to follow. Maybe that's why I haven't told many people I got your old job. What's incredible to me is that you managed to be protector of the universe without the quantum bands, thanks to a cosmic foul-up. Marvel Boy clone.
Nice.
Me, I'm barely getting by, and I've got them. I haven't even faced my first really big cosmic ordeal yet, and already my track record is pretty lousy. Eon doesn't say anything, but I can tell he regrets appointing me protector, but he's stuck with me. The job's mine until death. Hopefully my death, not the universe's. Well,
That's pretty dark, yeah.
Well, either way, it's his.
Just being honest, man, you know?
Yeah. Hopefully I can just die by myself, not with everyone I know.
Yeah, don't take the universe with me.
Yeah. Were you ever plagued with self-doubts like I am? You had to be. What's the story with Eon? Does he really think any one man is up to the task of protecting the whole bleeding universe? What does he go around appointing legions of them to? like a core?
Yes.
What does he invent some green bands and start a core?
Or maybe they could go Nova? I don't know.
Maybe he can appoint legions of them too. Then he's like, uh-oh, blast! While I've been out here whining and feeling sorry for myself, something from space has passed through the invisible energy lattice I've created around Earth to warn me of extraterrestrial trespassers.
Now, you didn't mention the fact that he was holding flowers for Mar-Vell the whole time, and then he just spiked him like a football when he had to fly away.
Did he spike him, or did he just drop him? It's probably...
Yeah, I don't know.
Low
I don't know.
He already lit him up right before he said blast.
Yeah.
But they look fine as he's flying away, I guess. But yeah.
Hey, is there an atmosphere on that moon? Because I was going to say, if it's like the void of space, I mean, those flowers could last almost forever. You know?
Yeah.
Perennial millennials.
Isn't Titan on the inside? Is where the Eternals
Yeah,
are?
yeah. Those Eternals like Star Fox and
Mentor and what's her name? I
forget how you pronounce it, but Genus Vell's mom, yeah.
Yeah, and Vell's mom, yeah, exactly.
Instead of sitting there crying at the grave, he could have went in and talked to Mar-Vell's woman, you know. Instead of acting like the grieving widow himself, but
yeah.
So he drops the flowers, takes off. He says, "Maybe this is it, the big cosmic kahuna. Eon specifically appointed me to counter, just like you were appointed to counter Thanos, Mar-Vell. You know, Thanos, who no one's ever heard of."
Yeah. Who's he? Isn't he like purple or something?
I don't know. Oh, snap. No time to lose. Better make a quantum jump. He's like, "Thanks for listening, Mar-Vell. I'll be back one way or another."
And actually, he does come back during Operation Galactic Storm. They even have a nice showdown right around Mar-Vell's tomb.
Oh, yeah. He does.
With the Imperial Guard, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, we'll get there.
We'll get there, definitely.
Probably about a year from now. By the time we get to that part, it'll probably be like a year from now.
I hope it's in August, because then it'll be Operation Galactic Storm.
Oh wow,
that's a bit of a stretch.
I think it's around. What didn't we say? It was like end of 2019, beginning of 2020, because it's going to take a couple months to get through Galactic Storm.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, because I think May. Yeah, isn't May cause May and collision?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think. All right. So meanwhile, in Earth's exosphere, a strange ship is coming in. Look at that. Has a planet ever looked so beautiful? I can't wait to get down. First thing I'm going to do is kick off my boots and walk barefoot through the grass. I'm going to grab my wife and kid and hug them and not let them go for a week. What about you, Joe? Joe, what's wrong? The ship's telemetric guidance system must be on the blink. Doesn't seem to be able to lock into homing frequency. Not to worry, I can land this crate manually, but it is kind of strange. Let me see if I can get a voice transmission. SS1 to base. SS1 to base. Please respond. Over. And just a bunch of static. Nothing but static. And then at that moment, emerging from hyperspace, our boy made it. Now where's that unidentified extraterrestrial atmosphere breaker? Aha, my quantum bands have got a fix. Try to descend at the fastest speed that won't cause environmental damage. And below that somewhere, strap in everyone, telemetry Strap in, everyone. Without telemetry to guide me, I'm going to have to do this by the seat of my pants. Canna, you created the invisibility field around the city, uncreated, so I can see the landing strip. I'm trying, Joe, but something is really wrong. I don't feel the city at all. Well, we've just about spent all our fuel braking. I'm going to have to set this baby down. City or no city, brace yourselves. This may be a little... And they land with a spadoom. And as Quasar's flying in, a spaceship of some sort of a spaceship and some sort of parachute made out of energy behind it.
Huh.
This is not one of ours. Man, they look pretty rough. Where's the hatch? There it is. It's opening. I'm getting infrared readings from a number of life forms. At least 6. Who's We actually see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was it not 8 or 9?
I think it's 8.
7, 8, yes. Strange beings appear. For the YouTube people, Stroke.
That's right.
They came for that Nickelodeon magazine.
Yeah. It's a magazine, it's a club, it's a store.
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
We don't judge your preferences here, people. All right, so they come out and Quasar says, "Don't know if they speak English, but the name's Quasar. Who are you?" And if they didn't speak English, what was he going to do? Speak louder. "My name is Quasar. Who are you?" And the man we will come to know as Hyperion says, "We're the X Squadron Supreme. What have you done with our city?" "You're what?" "I don't." And then all of a sudden we see the Wizard. "Where are my wife and child?" "Wizard, wait, don't." And Quasar's like, "Didn't even see the guy approach. Please unhand me, sir." And Quasar's like, "What? I just threw up an energy shield and he went flying. I didn't hit him with any force. Why did he react to it like that?" So then Quasar's in a bubble. Where'd that wind? He's running around me in a circle, just like my super swift friend Makari did a few days ago.
See last issue, which would have been Quasar number 12, but which would have been for us, 4 or 5 episodes back?
No, that wasn't that before the crossing line. Quasar 12 was episode 31.
Oh, that's just been, quite a few episodes back.
Man, these speedsters are overreactors. Must come with the short reaction time. Better augment my force bubble. Then he's like, he's running about me so fast he's created a vortex, lifting my bubble, spinning me about. Better anchor myself, which is pretty cool. Looks like 3 legs come out of the bottom of the bubble and dig into the ground. He's like, "Woo, a bit dizzy." And he's like, "What?" And we see the energy welder, who's it, Dr. Spectrum and his power prism? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, whoever this Quasar is, he can apparently create objects out of energy, same as me. And he makes a big energy axe that goes right through the bubble. Let's see whose are stronger. Holy smoke, that guy's axe penetrated my energy construct. Who are these X Squadron guys?
It's got a nice sound effect there. Thoop.
Yeah. And then isn't that Lady Lark? With all the dust, the Wizard's kicking up. I can't tell what's going on. I'll try to get a better vantage point. And Hyperion, just don't enter the fray, Lark. I don't think Wizard and Spectrum's assault is going to get us anywhere. And that's when Arcana, there's something dreadfully wrong here, Hyperion. The mystic matrices are very out of alignment. And that Quasar person, I think I've seen him before. Keep me posted, Arcana. Where would she see him before? Did she have
He's
a
just one of
vision?
those guys. He's like the character actor of superheroes. He's like, "Didn't I see you? Were you with Man Thing?" It just
you got one of those faces.
Yeah. You have existed in other forms. Yeah.
You have one of those faces.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think I might know, but we'll get there when they start talking about where they came from. Way I figure, Dr. Spectrum, way I figured, pal, enough puncture holes in your bubble will mess up its structural integrity and crack it like an eggshell. Quasar, I take it this is your idea of a good time? Head Wizard, move over, Spec. I'll put a few cracks in the sphere. And he jumps on the bubble and starts just kicking it at super speed. He's like, Quasar, though I'm not worried about these two. I am outnumbered 8-1. Here, I could use some reinforcements. Only who could get here fast enough to do me any? Of course, Carrie. He's like, Quasar and Eon, I need a favor. Could you page McCrary the Eternal for me? And Eon, if you wish. Well, yeah, that's why I asked. But just then, Arcana says, "Stop, everyone! We made a dreadful mistake." And who's that? Livewire? What's she talking about? Spectrum, Lark, Wizard, Fallen, Hyperion says. "We're on the wrong Earth. This isn't ours." "What? Are you sure?" And she's like, "Positive. No two Earths have identical patterns of mystical force. I've rechecked the calibrations 3 times. And Quasar's thinking, what's this? As Arcana says, "This is not our Earth. How could that have happened?" "I don't know, unless our world knew Wizard Supremes purposely shunning us away." Is everything supreme on their Earth?
I guess. I don't know.
Give me the pizza supreme with everything on it.
I want the double supreme.
Give me the Big Mac supreme.
I love that band, the Supreme.
What do you do for a living? "I'm a shoe salesman supreme." But yeah, maybe the new Wizard Supreme purposely shunning us away. Hyperion says, "I wouldn't put it past him." The question is, then where are we? I'll ask this Quasar after we tried to kick his butt.
Yeah.
"The name's Hyperion. I'm the co-leader of our group. Please forgive some of our more excitable fellows. We're rather disoriented. Mind telling us where we are?" Quasar, "You're on Earth." "Yes," Hyperion says, "but there are myriad Earths. What are your Earth's distinguishing characteristics? Who are your world's chief protectors?" "The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and Hyperion." "Of course, we're on the Avengers world again." Alright, so here's where I think maybe Arcana sensed Quasar from. She's like, "Perhaps if we tell you something of our circumstances, you'll be more inclined to help. Our universe was nearly destroyed by an expanding extra-dimensional being who thrust himself into our space and began to absorb all matter and energy there, beginning with our sun. We are what remains of our world's champions. We confronted the expanding man, and with great effort and sacrifice, we managed to neutralize his threat forever." Is that what's his face? Is that Lightner from our Mar-Vell 2-in-1?
I think that's the Nth Man. Yeah, I think
Maybe
so.
Did they dump him in the Squadron Supremes universe?
Maybe.
Because remember they even said that. It's like, is he now in some other universe? Bedeviling someone else?
I think the answer to that question is yes.
Which the last part of that was in episode 23
Yeah.
of the Quantum Zone. So that maybe she got a sense of, where'd this thing come from? Oh,
Quasar.
a guy with quantum bands, some rocky guy,
a bearded guy that nothing works around. Yeah,
some bearded. Yeah. So maybe that's what I'm thinking, because. And then Hyperion jumps in. "We were only attempting to return home when we found ourselves here and that's when Macari shows up. Nice and on time." Because Quasar's even like, "That's Macari." And he says, "Ho, Quaz, got this weird mental flash that you were in trouble. It even told me where you were. I thought, what the hey? It only took me a few moments to check it out. I take it you're not in trouble, huh?" And Quasar, "Not anymore, Mac, but thanks for coming anyway." "This is my associate, Macari. Mac, these people apparently come from another Earth-like dimension. They call themselves the X-Squadron Supreme." I love
Great
this
line.
I love this line, yeah, Macari. Just what this world needs, another X group.
Roasted.
And Hyperion, all we want is to leave your world and get back to our own. If you could take us to the Avengers." And Quasar, I'm a member, but I'm not sure how much help we'll be able to give you. We don't have any dimension travel experts on the team. And right now our headquarters is undergoing reconstruction.
No editor's box, but we know.
We know.
I'm not taking you home. We're renovating the bathroom. I'm not taking you home. Wait, I know. There's this energy project I know of that has a surplus of housing.
I wonder what that could be. It'd be funny if Arcana got there and be like, "This is where the expanding man came from." Yeah. This is the source of all evil. No.
This is how you almost destroyed our universe. I see. Quasar, I'll contact it. See if they'll let us use their facilities as a temporary base for you. Why don't you all just get back in your ship? I'll tow you there. And Macari says, "Should I make myself scarce, or is this like a team up?" A Mar-Vell team up? Quasar says, I'd be glad to have you stick around, Mac. Never know when I may need you to pull my fat out of the fire again. Maybe you could ride inside. He says, sure thing, Chew Man. Never mingled with extra dimensionals before. It looks like him and Hyperion are giving each other dirty looks.
The side, yeah, he's definitely, and they bring that up later. But
Yeah, yeah.
staring at Makari. Yeah, we'll definitely get there.
It's hard to tell because Hyperion has had
Wearing those glasses.
sunglasses on the whole time.
Yeah,
I think technically at this point he's blinded based on what happened in the Squadron Supreme.
Yeah,
series.
was he blind or partially blind at least? Yeah. Oh, so you're saying he wore those glasses all the time?
I think so.
He even wore his sunglasses at night?
Yeah. They're the sunglasses supreme.
Yes.
Sunglass
They
Fight
work
Supreme.
Where he works from, there's a different sun, though.
Sun Supreme?
They're called different sunglasses.
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to make a joke that like it was the last sun he saw.
Oh.
No.
The last sun of a distant planet. So Quasar's lifting up the ship, and Dr. Spectrum says, let me give you a hand if you don't mind. He says, okay, provided you go easy on the swords and sabers. It's like, yeah, ha! Guess I did get carried away a bit. Well, the wizard's a buddy. Figured he needed somebody to back him up. And after being cooped up in the ship for so long, I was looking to let off a little steam. Yeah, funny joke. I tried to kill you.
It's funny. Ha ha.
There's our friend Bonk again.
Big adventure.
Yeah. So Quasar is saying, so what's the source of your energy? And Dr. Spectrum says that this alien power prism that was shattered and all its particles were absorbed into my skin. Yours? See, again, in the Squadron Supreme miniseries. We should cover that at some point. It's Grunwald. It's good.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Spectrum says, where's your power from? He says, alien power bands that I wear on my wrists. And Dr. Spectrum, wonder if they're related. I tend to doubt it. Excuse me while I radio ahead. And Spectrum thinks, now that's something I can't do. All right. And for those of you wondering who our big bad was going to be, meanwhile, in New York City, some homeless looking guy, probably the guy who was arguing with Matt Kona years ago, says, God, they're here. They're all here. And clutches his head. He's down on the ground. Another guy says, hey, buddy, you all right? And the homeless looking guy says, oh, yes, I haven't felt this much myself in years.
Now, that's not actually revealed in this issue who he is. Do we want to reveal that or not?
Sure, go ahead, because I mean, his effects are felt towards the end of the issue, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Overmind, which is actually from the Squadron Supreme's dimension, who Defenders, I think, left here and made him amnesiac or something last time they fought him or something.
Yeah, I think they explained that later on in Journey. So
yeah,
we'll get there.
We definitely will.
And not meanwhile, but about 2 hours later, at the Upstate Energy Research Facility, Project Pegasus, which we've discussed over and over on this podcast. Really appreciate this on so short a notice, Dr. Wilburn. Hey, Wilburn's back. He says, nonsense, Quasar. The project owes you far more than a small favor like this. Sure, you let us get invaded a couple times, but hey, back in issue 8, you killed that
that thing. Metallic
that metal monster, yes. Quasar says, thank you, sir. With any luck, it should only be a few days before we've helped. It should only be a few days before we help them get back home. Sure. Hell, they're there after Quasar series ends.
Yeah.
So Wilburn says, your friends are welcome to stay as long as they'd like. Oh, they will. Ever since all our superhuman test subjects were transferred to the federal vault, the entire compound dome has been vacant.
Ooh, they got the run of the place.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it looks like this panel, the shape on the far right, it kind of looks like if Ben Grimm could moisturize.
Nice.
But so Quasar's about ready to leave. He's like, enough with that Hyperion. Let me talk to this other co-leader. Miss Zarda, Dr. Wilburn will help you settle in. I'll be getting in touch with all the dimension travel experts I can think of, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. She's like, thank you for all your help, Quasar. Just doing my job, ma'am. You're quite the wonder, woman.
Yes.
And it's already started. Hyperion says to Makari, why is it you keep staring at me? Sorry, man. Sorry, man. And Quasar says, Makari, I'm going, or you can't. I'm going, Makari. Coming? He says, no, I've got to finish discussing something with this fellow with the groovy goggles. Okay, I'll be in touch. And Quasar thinks the first person I can think to try is Reed Richards. He knows a great deal about everything, and hey, my office is like a couple floors below.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get charged for a local call, right?
I'll call him from my office. And Vaughn Security Systems, 12th floor, Floor Freedoms Plaza. It doesn't tell us how long afterwards. Because Wendell comes in, hey, Kayla, how's it going? Thank goodness, no new accounts, Mr. Vaughn. We've got our hands full dealing with the 5 Miss Steckley dumped on us all at once. Remember that before we got to the crossing line? Wendell quickly changes the subject. I like your dress, by the way.
Oh, that's so uncool.
Me too. So then Ken says, hey, boss. He says, good morning, Ken. Miss Steckley. She says, unless my watch is off, that should be good afternoon. I have some preliminary designs on... Yeah, I know.
He's not complimenting her dress.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Shows off your ankle quite nicely. I have some preliminary designs on the Cordco and Delmar counts for you to examine. Mr. Tanaka is working on the occult library in Boston.
I wondered about that. I couldn't remember what that was.
Background? Our Boston expert. Any background on the occult library? Hey, our Boston and our library expert, Mr. Connor.
I don't know if it's... I don't think we have a library. The short answer is I don't think we have a library just dedicated to the occult. But there is a library in Boston that has a book where the cover is bound in human flesh. At the Boston Athenaeum? Yeah, Athenaeum. And it's, I think it's a private library, but it's open to the public. You just can't take things out unless you're a member. And they probably have some books like that there, but yeah, bound in human flesh.
So, Matt Conan knows of this library, but he has no skin in this game.
Oh.
No. Yes, yeah. I couldn't really flesh out my answer very well, but I'm pretty sure there's no Boston occult library specifically. Sure.
That you know of. Maybe they cast a dark spell on you.
Yeah. Or maybe we have one that's just for roots. Yeah.
Alright, so... And then Miss Steckley says, we have an orientation meeting with Disdain people Wednesday at 10. Will your schedule permit you to make it? He says, I believe so. I'll be in my office. Oh, he should have been like, oh, yeah, I heard. At least they're not run by an ironmonger anymore.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he thinks, that is one peculiar woman I hired. Doesn't show any skin or emotion. And as Wendell's getting on the phone and talking on it, he's opening the bookcase. Must be calling upstairs. Yes, this is Wendell Vaughn of Vaughn Securities. May I speak to Dr. Richards, please? And we don't hear the other voice, the voice on the other end, so it's just wah wah wah. Charlie Brown. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
He's not. Well, then if you could have him call me when he gets in, my number is 555-2211. Thanks. So Vaughn Security Systems 555-2211. And he's thinking, let's see, who else might I try for a completely different approach? There's Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer. Who else? Wait, what about Eon? He lives in another dimension tangential to this, after all. Eon probably just blows him off because he's like, I was your third choice.
Yeah, really?
I appointed you protector of the universe. I gave you those quantum bands. I gave you something to do besides be a security chief. So Quasar walks into the Eon's room. He says, "Hey, Eon, you're quasi-omnipotent, right? You think you could transport someone from your subspatial realm here to the reality of their choice?" And Eon, "I could, but being such as I abide by certain territorial agreements, which I would be loath to break." And Quasar, "In other words, you got your turf and others have theirs. Precisely. If you wish, I could try to pinpoint all the denizens of your world with multi-dimensional access." Quasar, "That'd be great. Thanks. Oh, Eon, have you seen my dad lately? I haven't heard from him in days." Oh, forgot about this.
He answers honestly.
Ever since we had our little disagreement,
which was last issue 12, of course,
and episode 31 again. Yes. Yes, I have seen him. Oh, good Lord. Oh, we'll get there. Quite the little emotional drama there. Well, if you see him again, tell him I want to talk to him. Apologize, okay? Yes. Incidentally, Quasar, I have detected a psychotronic disturbance in your immediate vicinity. Be on guard. So Brooklyn, an hour later, see the homeless guy floating over the fence into a junkyard. It is here. It is still here. I can sense it. And he uses his powers to push all the junk cars out of the way. Rusting hunks of primitive earthly conveyances dispense, so that the magnificent starcraft that brought me to this pitiable sphere so many planetary revolutions ago would stand revealed. Yes. I'm trying to remember. We'll get to the update, but yeah, didn't he crash here? And I forget if it was before or after he went to the Squadron Supreme's Earth. He clashed with the Defenders, but yeah, I think he went to the Squadron's Earth, came back somehow, or
yeah, it's kind of fuzzy. I don't remember how he.
Yeah. I believe, what is it, 15 or 16? We get like a
capsule summary.
He does like a villain monologue. So yeah, we get there. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned, people. For the end of the month, we'll have that story. Then meanwhile, back at Fort Freedom's Plaza, even though they don't give us that bubble, but I'll do it anyway. Quasar's still on the phone. "Hello, Dr. Wilburn. This is Quasar. Could I speak to Hyperion?" And then we actually hear the voice this time. "He and your friend Makari left the project about 2 hours ago on some sort of fact-finding mission." Sure he did. They said, "I can put you through to one of the other ex-squadroners." Okay. There's no one picking up in the compound. Maybe they're up in the maybe they're being given the tour of the place. I'll send a man to rustle them up and call you back. You've got my number, thanks," as he hangs up. But then, was it 3 hours later? Quasar's rubbing his eyes. "Dr. Wilburn, Dr. Richards, Dr. Strange. No one's gotten back to me yet. At least I've been able to catch up on some work." Yeah, it's about time. It's like, maybe if I lie down for a nap, that's one sure way to make the phone ring. 1001, 1002. I wonder how long he was out, because is that supposed to be his score there? That SNXXX?
I think so.
Then the quantum bands tingle. It's like, huh? If not the telephone, then my quantum band. Something cosmic is going down nearby too. And got to be around. Wait, got to be here somewhere. Got to be somewhere around here. Flying saucer with a cloaking field. That doesn't hide it from my wristbands, though. Could be the same one we saw in the junkyard?
Maybe.
That tingling sensation in my brain. Someone's trying to mind control me. Won't work, though, after my last run-in with a mind messer. Let me find the... Okay.
Back on Quasar number 9, which would have been...
Modam. Modam! Yeah. But yeah, he doesn't call it out by name, but yeah, be Modam. I program my quantum bands to automatically protect me, as it looks like either Batman ears or... I know it's supposed to be like headphones like I got on, but it almost looks like either Batman ears or looks like he has like spoons on his ears from that angle.
Yeah, it does.
It's ahead of its time, Bluetooth.
That's right.
Ahead of his time. I see what you did there.
Side of its head of his time.
Beats, he was the original Dr. Dre. Dr. Quays.
Well, I don't know. Doctors don't seem to be too fond of him because they're not calling him back.
True.
Malpractice. Have doctors ignored your calls? Give me a call, and we could get money for you.
Please, just somebody call me.
All right, so he whips himself up a funky little headband to keep whoever's messing with his mind. While I have no control over psions per se, I can at least set up a jamming frequency to keep them out of my head. And he thinks, okay, you refugee from Project Blue Book, let's see who's inside you. But just then, it says, just then. What's that? 2 of the ex-squadroners, the Shape and Haywire, I believe they were introduced as me. Looks like the Shape stretched himself out into a hang glider. And he says, hello, hey fellows, what's going on? How'd you get inside that ship? And that's when, something snagged my foot. Something like Spider-Man's web?
Which he would know about, by the way.
That's true. He's met him at least 3 times. Yes. He's like, "Where'd that come from? Better snip it before." Oh wait, speaking of, this will hit the podcast in January. You can catch the first episode of our new Spider-Man podcast. Me and Lilith are doing. Scroll down. Starts January 1st. Taking a break on some Deadpool and doing some Spider-Man. All right, so back to the action. So he tries to snip. Oh no, my energy scissors can't cut through it. It must be made of extra dimensional matter or magic, or it's at Haywire's doing. Put up a bubble just in time. Fortunately, his wire has as much problem getting through my quantum stuff as my stuff does through his. But what the heck is he attacking me for? Of course, he's under mind control. Oh great, he may not be able to get through my bubble, but he certainly winds his wire around it, as you see Quasar disappearing. Another few seconds, I won't be able to see a thing. Better go on the defensive, quick. There, he's trapped in a bubble, same as me. Now if he tries to shoot that wire gunk at me, he'll be soiling the inside of his own crib. And he's like, what? I spoke too soon. That wiry goop is starting to fill up the inside of my sphere. But how? Doesn't that junk come out of his hand somehow? Maybe not. Maybe it just forms wherever he thinks about it forming. Something drastic is called for before I'm trussed up tighter than King Tut. Okay, Mr. Haywire, 2 can play at the remote control game. Got to visualize the sphere I'm trapped in. I've got him trapped in as clearly as I can. Now, I'll cause the inside of the sphere to start sprouting 2-foot prongs. I'd hope that one of them clocks him a good one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We see all these.
And we get a nice conk.
Conk. Not bonk, conk. So yeah, he hits Haywire in the bubble, and he's like, the wire vanished, every little last bit of it, inside and out. Guess I must have hit him. And then he drops all the bubbles, and then Shape is catching Haywire. Flying Man hurt Shape's friend. And Quasar says, you didn't give me a lot of choice, Shape. Don't worry, I won't let either of you fall. So what's the big idea? Who put you 2 under control? Was the rest of the X-Squadron aboard that ship? Shape not tell. And Haywire says, kiss off, Jack. We did what we were told. Delayed you until the Master ship could jump into hyperspace where you couldn't follow. Only Master far away now. Forget to take us. Bah! Shape not want to think for self. When is he ever?
Yeah. Not falling into hyperspace? I beg to differ on that one.
Yeah. So minutes later, at Project Pegasus, Quasar brings both of them. Both of these guys are pretty useless in the information department. Maybe at the project I can at least determine if all the X-Squadron were aboard that ship or not. Well, it's funny you should say that. Makari and Hyperion come running out. Hey, Quaz, Hype's buddies are missing. Oh, you found 2 of them. Where are the rest? If they're not here, then there's a very good possibility they're all aboard a flying saucer that just took off and lost me, thanks to Haywire and Shape. Hyperion grabs Haywire. What's going on, Haywire? Where are the others? The Master has them. The Master? Master who? Master Menace? Who are you talking about? Told us not to say. Isn't Master Menace like his Lex Luthor?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember he's like the bearded dude. He has like a suit of armor or whatever. And then Hyperion, I need your help, Quaz. You must help me rescue my friends. And Quaz. I was afraid you'd say that. Next, Journey to a Strange Planet.
Yep.
Because we get even on the letters page, we get a next issue box. Journey in the Mystery is blown wide open with a visit to the Stranger's lab world. And wait till you see who his specimens are.
Lots and lots of people.
Lots of them, yes.
A certain raccoon that's much more famous than anybody thought he would be.
I was going to say, the next three episodes, prepare for longer episodes, especially that last, issue 16. Holy crap. Oversized issue, a ton of people. We'd have to start doing our homework and researching all these guys.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, in the trade...
Oh, is it listed?
Yep, they do the name that character.
Nice.
And there they are. So it's the back page of the trade. And this was actually printed in a letter column somewhere during Cosmos, I think. I'd have to look up the individual issues. I think it was in one of those issues somewhere, though.
Oh, yeah, I might have to dig through that. Yeah, so we all have the list of characters.
Cool.
But yeah, part 2 of Journey next week.
Yep, in the new year.
2019's been pretty good so far.
Nothing bad's happened so far. I know. For those of you listening on the podcast, with the holidays coming, we recorded this early, so yeah, it's still December. But
yeah,
as far as you know, it's January.
That's right. It's a mystery.
True. But all right, after the Little Hellfire, I bought her the trade. I said, "Hey, send me some feedback. We're recording tonight. No feedback on issue 13."
Oh wow!
Come on, Lilith, be better. It's got 3 more parts to Journey. Then we got Cosmos. Come on.
And the next part, from a strategic, with this issue too, they had Jim Lee in the cover, do the cover, and then the next one is the Todd McFarlane one, and just because he was like the hottest commodity at the time, and now, yes, it's the cover of the trade, and the following issue is the back of the trade, which is kind of neat too. But yeah, so I think they chose McFarlane to be 2, so people would buy that and then be like, all right, I'll start with part 1, the issue before, and go get I don't know.
Maybe they're hoping for a bump in sales if they put McFarlane's cover on it. They're like, all right, man, I can't wait till he gets to the Stranger's World and his cape and his chain start attacking people.
Yeah.
Spawn! Excuse me.
We're going to spawn some sales, people.
That's true.
Yeah, and at this point, from I think 13 on, Quasar was direct only. I don't think it was a newsstand book.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know at some point it was. Yeah, because I was gonna say I don't remember seeing it in the newsstand after like issue 9 or 10. I don't think so.
Yeah, and I think I bought it off the newsstand maybe 11 or maybe 12. I don't remember.
Unless they did 2 different versions, but if they had like a picture in the bottom corner box instead of a barcode, wasn't that like direct sales?
The direct version, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So you may be right.
And somewhere around here, I have a copy of, not Overstreet, but the Comic Buyer's Guide to Comics, and it lists a lot of the issues and prices. It's one of those, but it also lists print runs, which is pretty cool. So if I can find that somewhere around here, we can chat about that too. Well,
yeah, some of these Quasar issues from here to the end might be worth more just because they probably didn't print as much if they didn't do newsstand versions, right?
They did do newsstand versions of the Operation Galactic Storm.
Oh, issues. Yeah, just because everything else in the crossover had a newsstand.
So you'll see a Quasar number 1. That's Quasar 32, or a Quasar 2 that's 33 and 34. Yeah.
I have one of those. I think I have Quasar 3 or something like that.
It's a great McFarlane cover, if I remember right. Yeah. That would be that's the binary cover, I think, right? Where she's in the sun. They're coming out of the sun.
34, I think, or issue 3. Yeah, isn't that like the last part of it? Quasar's part of Galactic Storm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then they have the epilogue stuff happening after, in
binary. 35. You mean Captain Mar-Vell now?
Exactly. Carol Danvers.
See, Quasar knows everyone.
That's right. He's connected.
All right. So, anything else before we get out of here?
Oh no, I haven't shown this on there yet. Eagle Moss did a lot of the Mar-Vell figures, and guess who is one of those figures?
So check out our YouTube, people. Yeah, there's the Eagle Moss figure of Quasar.
It's pretty awesome. I wish we could get more Quasar merch, Mar-Vell.
Like about how, I mean, I can see it, I saw it on the camera, but like about how big is that?
About 2.5, 3 inches tall, I think.
Okay.
Here's the book.
You said it's lead. Oh yeah, it came with them.
Well, no, this is just a trade paperback, but it did come with a magazine style type thing, and I've got that somewhere around here. I'd have to find it.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Is that a fairly new release, or is that?
I think that's been about 10 years ago, maybe. One second, and I can check. You can find them on eBay, though. I think pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, like, do you remember the name of the book?
I think all the Eagle Moss characters were just. It's like Eagle Moss collection number 71 or 72 or something like that.
So, like, if me or Matt or Soshin want to go online and like to search Eagle Moss Quasar, maybe.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I've got more info down here somewhere. Trading cards, posters. Okay, I've got. I've got the Quasar Hero Clicks listed here. I must have listed it somewhere else. I'll have to find it later. Sorry, guys. But I'll see what I can do to find it. I think you just like look for Eagle Moss Quasar, or there's a giant checklist of all the Eagle Moss figures too. Some of them are actually pretty cool looking.
Well, that's the other thing. I was in the store looking through like toy, like Christmas for my son and stuff, and it's just like I was like, oh, if there's a Quasar figure, like I'll buy it, even if it's like that new costume that I'm not too thrilled about, the pads and stuff. But I don't think it's so old now that it's on in the stores. But like they have like a figure of like Paladin. I'm like, Paladin is a figure right now, not Quasar.
Hydro Man is a freaking figure now, and not Quasar.
I can see that. He's kind of as like a Spider-Man villain, I can tell you. But Paladin?
Paladin, yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Well, Black Knight. I mean, he's going to be in a movie and coming up, with Captain Britain, I believe, right? Is that?
Wow.
Maybe.
Really?
I don't know how. I think I heard that, but I don't know how close they are to doing that. But yeah.
Yeah,
I hope they're battling Turner D Century in it. I want that.
We have to do an issue with Turner D Century just to put Conan out of his misery.
I just gotta find another appearance besides being wiped out by Scourge.
Well, wasn't it? I mean, I didn't read them, but wasn't it like in that original Spider-Woman series?
I think so. Yeah.
I was gonna say, isn't she was he like a Spider-Woman villain or something?
I think so. Didn't he maybe appear in Captain America too? At some point.
Well, I know this. I know he with the Scourge thing where he got
before the Scourge, yeah.
I think he might have been mentioned, but I think it might have been somebody else. I don't know.
Let's see what the Chronology Project says.
Oh, all right, I'm on Wikipedia, and his first appearance was in Spider-Woman 33.
Boom.
So you got that publication history. He was in a Marvel team up. Before being killed by Scourge.
3 appearances.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. Marvel team up. What's funny? I wonder who was teaming up against them.
All right. Hey, Will. On December 31st, we just have to message Matt Kona all day on the 31st and just call him Turner D Year.
Sounds good. We can do that.
What's up, Turner D Year? All right, we're talking Turner D Century. We're done.
We're done.
All right, finish your thoughts. Do you want to hear us talk about do an episode on Turner D Century? Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com, facebook.com/quantumzonepod, and also make sure you follow our group on our Facebook group for the Quantum Zone. You'll see when we're recording and a bunch of the other behind the scenes stuff. At Quantum Zone Pod and at CL Sidekicks on Twitter. Follow CL Sidekicks on Instagram, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And Will, where can people find you and your the book you created.
That's they can find me. I'm at Wallred. That's WALLRED on Gmail, on Twitter, Facebook, all the places. You can also find my self-published book, Diary of Night, which is been collected, and it's at diaryofnight.com. And then, of course, looks like I need to update the Quantum Zone with more stuff. So that's quantumzone.org, which has got lots of Quasar info out there.
Told you, upload the episodes, man.
I know, I need to do that. I'm lazy, though. I'm a slacker.
All right, and Turner D. Year, where can people find you?
Well, I'm in Boston trying to do more comedy in the wintertime, so look me up. Matt Kona, Mattkona. If I'm not out doing something, I may be podcasting alongside my wife, Yael, Matt and Yael and Matt Recap. You can listen to that on iTunes, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. And if you have any copies of Marvel Team Up 120 with Spider-Man and Dominic, send it to me, because I need some Turner D Century.
Comic swap.
I'm looking. Yeah.
You gave your wife that American Citizen test. You should give her like a Christmas test. Be like, what's the greatest Christmas movie of all time?
We did. This is,
did you?
If it's up by now, well, I asked Christmas and Hanukkah questions.
Okay.
And then she asked different ones to me in both categories.
So you asked her what the greatest Christmas movie is? Did she say Die Hard?
Oh, no.
Yes!
I think she thinks that Die Hard 2 is the greatest Christmas movie, because that also took place on Christmas Eve. No.
All right. Let's get out of here. But speaking of movies, Will, I was telling Matt, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is good.
I've heard great things about that.
Yeah,
really.
it's good.
Yeah.
So Sony put out kind of like 2 Spider-Man things this year, and it was a lot better than Venom.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Did the end of the Venom movie figure into Spider-Verse at all?
Nope.
No.
Maybe they didn't want to mix their live action and their animated. I don't know.
Yeah. No, but did you see like the little animated short at the end? Is that one of the things?
I don't know if I did.
Oh yeah.
In Venom? Is that in Venom you're talking about? Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
I saw Woody Harrelson as Carnage with like a bad leg. It looked like Ronald McDonald.
Yes. Yeah.
Spoiler. All right, Quantum Zoners. We're charging right into 2019. And remember, come back next time. And remember, keep it quantum.